Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about what is meant by external CSS and then we see the example program of external CSS. So first, what is meant by CSS? CSS is a cascading style sheet. It is used to apply the style or formatting to an HTML document. So there are three ways to apply the style or formatting to an HTML document. The first one is inline CSS, second one is internal CSS, and third one is external CSS. In the previous two lectures, we already discussed about inline CSS and internal CSS with example, and today we are going to discuss about how to apply the style or formatting to an HTML document using external CSS. So in this lecture we are going to discuss about external CSS and then see the example of external CSS. So before starting the example, let's see what is meant by external CSS. Okay, so external CSS is a way of separating your CSS code from your HTML code, making it easier to maintain and update your website style. So external style sheet is generally used when you want to make changes on multiple pages. As we seen earlier in the inline CSS and in internal CSS, both the types of CSS work for small projects. But the project is bigger and there are multiple number of files, multiple number of pages, then that time we have to use the external style sheet, external CSS. It is ideal for this condition because it facilitates you to change the look of the entire website by changing just one file. Means suppose for example if we want to create a website and there are 100 number of web pages, then we are not going to write down the code for each and every page, the CSS code for each and every page. We have to just write down the code in a separate file, that is a CSS file, and we have to just make the changes in that file. Then that changes will reflect to all the HTML pages. It uses the link tag on every pages and the link tag should be put inside the head section. The external style sheet may be written in any text editor but must be saved with a .css extension. This file should not contain HTML element. Okay, now I am going to write down the code for external CSS. Okay, so here I open the Notepad++ software to write down the code of external CSS. So here we have to create two files. One is a HTML file and the second one is a CSS file. So I am going to first write down the code of HTML file. So first let's write down the basic structure of HTML. The first tag is HTML, then there is a head tag. After that there is a title tag, opening title tag, write down the title as for example external CSS, then close the title tag, and after that close the head tag, then opening body tag, after that closing body tag, and then closing HTML tag. Okay, so this is a simple structure of HTML document. Now I am going to save the program, save the file first. So go to save as and then save the file as for example external.html. So this is our main file, the HTML file. So we save that file with the extension .html. The CSS file do not have any HTML tag, do not have any HTML content. Okay, now I am going to write down some of the tags inside the body tag. So here I am going to write down the heading tag 3 and write down for example hello world. You can write down any of the statements, then close the heading tag 3. Again I am going to write down the heading tag 4 and here welcome to CSS, then closing the heading tag 4. After that going to write down the paragraph tag and here write down this is a simple example of external CSS, then close the paragraph tag. Okay, so here I include 3 tags. Now save the file and just run it. If you want you can add multiple tags also. So this is a heading tag 4. Again I write the heading tag 4 and this is a paragraph tag. Now I am going to write the style or apply the formatting to this HTML document using external CSS. So for this we have to first create the separate CSS file. So I am going to create a new file, and in this new file I am going to write down the code of CSS. Before writing the code, let's save the file first. So again go to file, then save as. Okay, so one important thing you have to remember here, you have to save this CSS file where your HTML document is located. Here I am going to save the file on desktop and name that file, for example, style.css. So this is a CSS file, it contains all the CSS code. So it must be saved with the .css extension. Okay, now I am going to write down the code of CSS. Suppose I am going to apply the background color. So we have to first write down the body tag, and inside body tag write down the code, write down the property, that is a background color colon value, for example light blue, end with semicolon. Also again I am going to apply the style or formatting for the paragraph tag. So here I am going to write down the P, that is a paragraph, it is a selector, and then opening and closing curly bracket. Now I am going to apply the color, font color. So here write down the property as color and then value as, for example, navy. And again, suppose I want to specify the margin, the left margin colon, for example 20 pixel, and then end with semicolon. Every statement must have to end with semicolon. So in this example the properties are background color, color and margin left, and the values are light blue, navy and 20 pixel. Okay, now save this program. Refresh the page. As you can see, no style is applied to our HTML document because we do not link the CSS file to external.html, our HTML file. So we have to first link the CSS file to our main HTML document. So for this we have to go to the head section, and inside head tag we have to write down the tag, that is a link. Okay, so we have to write down the link tag inside the head tag. So here write down link. Then there are two or more properties of link tag we must have to specify here. The first one is a rel, and the value of this must be a style sheet. Then we have to specify the type of file. So here write down type equal to, in double quotation, it must be a text or a CSS file. So write down text or CSS, and then we have to mention the name of file. So for that we have to write down the attribute here, that is a href, means hyperreference, equal to, in double quotation, style dot css. So these are the three important attributes or properties of link tag you have to always remember. Now let's save the program, and I am going to refresh the page. Okay, so in this way the style is successfully applied using external CSS. So in this way we can apply the style to our HTML document using external CSS. Here we have to create two separate files. One is a HTML document and second one is a CSS file. I hope you understand today's tutorial very well. If you have any query, any doubt regarding this topic or any other topic, then let me know in the comment section. I will try to answer your all the questions.